As suggested by Lucas13, this is going to be Toph. That old psycho Rama came to me in a dream and told me to be expecting you. And now, I'm gonna join your party. If this is how it's gonna be, then take this. And he jumps off, and we have lost the gold hairpin forever. I'll wait in the airship because we don't have room for him in our party as it is, but that will soon change. You get... No? Try talk? Nothing? Fine. You could actually get the gold hairpin should you want. You have to choose between, you know, the wolf and the Moogle and Toph. Always make the choice for Toph. You want to know what the hairpin does, the gold hairpin? It reduces MP consumption by a half, by 50%, which is somewhat good, but at the end of the day, there are more important things like a character than just MP consumption. So I would always go for the character over that gold hairpin. I think we can actually get it later in the game. I could be mistaken. Either way, it's probably not the most important thing. So now we are actually done in the town of Narsh. Couldn't believe that I almost forgot to do that part. I thought it was actually a little bit later. But we now have our 10th party member, even though, well, we don't really have 10 with us. We only have 8 with us right now. And already it is going to be difficult, you can see, to try to level these guys evenly. You might want to start thinking about what characters you would like to see in the final battle, because I assume that I won't... Well, the way the final battle works is a little different, but you might want to start thinking about who you want my first 4 to be. We'll just put it that way. Let's go ahead and leave the town of Narsh. No need to heal or anything like that. That's what the airship is for. I can even buy the items that are in there. So let me go ahead and change my party. We'll get Toph in the party, and then we'll do some grinding on screen with Toph. Okay, I have switched the party around and put Toph in the party, which is pretty much what I set out to do anyway. I've given him whatever equipment I have left. It doesn't really matter. We're just going to have him here primarily for just quick grinding. That's all that's really needed. So I gave him what best equipment I had left over in terms of the relics, you know, earrings and running shoes. I'm just trying to give him his turn really quickly. In terms of his skills, I have given him Stray, just because why not Stray? Mostly because of the Magic Power +1. We'll see why I have given him Magic Power +1 in a second. We'll take a look at... Actually, let's look at his stats right now before we go over what his ability there is. You saw it was dance. That doesn't make him a dancer. We'll go over what that means in a bit. As you can see here, though, his battle power is actually very low. I know I don't have the best equipment on him. I give him the Trident, which isn't the best lance that I have, I don't think, but the battle power on that isn't that great. He has a lower battle power than Coco. That's not a good place to be, Toph. His vigor also very low, lower than Coco's, and he's 4 levels higher. This is not a good place to be. His defense is decent. It's actually really good, but as of course because I give him some of the best equipment out there. Remember, he is 4 levels higher. That is a he, by the way. Speed 36. That's decent. It's halfway. It's really halfway between the physical attackers like Elvis and the mages like Coco, even though she could catch up to him conceivably in 4 levels, but it's not likely. Evade does not matter. Stamina, ridiculously low. Lower than anybody else right now. Magic defense is damn good, except when you compare it to other mages, which of course is, well, Coco's the only one I can really compare him to right now. Magic power is very good, considering, you know, his build. It's, once again, between the attackers and the magic users, and that, at the end of the day, is what Toph is, halfway between a magic user and a physical attacker. His skill is dance. Dance is not really a dance, it's geomancy. Now, he only has one right now. There's 8 of them in total. He has Dusk Requiem instead of Requiem. That's spelled wrong. But either way, this is the cave geomancy. It depends on location, and you'll use cave tactics there. Now, I have landed outside of Narsh onto the grasslands here. I think the grasslands right here will actually do what I need it to do. So let's go ahead and get into a couple fights here. These enemies are going to be so easy, I might as well kill them on screen. Do not use geomancy just yet. Now, don't I get a dance here? We do get a dance here. I was kind of hoping that we would. This should count as the Grasslands Dance. Let's go ahead and check it out. We get Wind Song. In the anthology version, it's actually, they took off the W, so it's just End Song. It's weird. That's 1, and now we're already a quarter of the way through level grinding Toph. Toph is very easy. Let's go ahead and head into the desert. Once again, for the purposes of this, I will not be using the dances. Simply because if you were to use a dance, it actually changes the settings. So if I were to use the Dusk Requiem that we got, which is the cave dance, it would actually change the background to the cave background and then do the move, and therefore I wouldn't learn the desert dance, which is what we learned just there. As a result, we learned Desert Aria. This is all very song-oriented, song-dance-oriented, but it is geomancy. You'll have to trust me on it. And we make it into the forest, which is very nice. I'm not sure if we ever saw the Dark Winds before. I have fought them off screen. I believe I also have their rage already done. But there they are. They're very basic enemies, just like the Leafers. Nothing special about them. And now we already have another dance. I mean, how many do we have? We already have 4. We're halfway done. Leveling him up. We have Wind Song, which is for the grasslands. We have Forest Sweet, which is the forest. We have Desert Aria, which of course is the desert, and Dusk Requiem, which is the cave. Now I'm going to go ahead and show one of these dances off, at least on screen, before we move on to the last one. The last one's a little tricky to get. If I could get into a fight, that would be appreciated. I do love the little thing that he does there. Okay, so no need to really focus on anything else. No need to, like, hurry up or anything like that. Let's go for... Let's go for Desert Aria, because Dusk Requiem is a single targeting one. Kitty! So there we go. We changed the background to... Oh, and hooray. Okay, so let's show off something else. We'll kill one of them because... Wow, it just casts haste on everybody, which is kind of cool. Oh, and he's berserked. I forget about that. I was going to change it, but he has a random set of, well, moves that he can do for each dance. And that's kind of how it works as we go along. There are, well, better ones than others, and we'll go over that in a second. Let me just double check my notes as to exactly where it has to be in order for this one. This one's a little tricky. Now it's time to get the next dance. For this one, we are at Barren Falls, which is here on the world map, just, you know, all the way to the east. We were here once before. You might remember this place. Probably not, but you might remember it when I say that we need to jump into the waterfall. Let's go ahead and go. Now, if I remember correctly, this should take us on quite a journey. And I am fully aware of that. We are back on the Veldt, so what we need to do is head all the way down to Crescent Mountain. I will go ahead and take care of all this off screen. I could always use the magic points anyway. So, like I said, we need to head south to Crescent Mountain, which you remember was way the hell down here. It is quite a journey across the Veldt, I remember. And I believe I've gone just too far to the right yet again. I tend to do that. So down into Crescent Mountain. I want to show you guys how to do this because Well, it is easily missed, actually. You can actually miss this dance if you are not careful. And, well, you have to kind of go out of your way in order to get it. We need to head here. If you remember, this is the Serpent Trench. Now, what we do here is we go through the Serpent Trench again. Remember, we did this a while back. And we should get into fights along the way here. So, we are up against the Angry forms. Once again, we should just be able to fight our way to victory. I don't think I even want to steal from these guys. 24 experience points, 1 magic point. And we're learning Bolt, Ice, and we got a new dance. Very nice, and I won't be able to show you this new dance until we make it all the way to the other side, but that is how you do it. You do it in the Serpent Trench. There is also a river. I think I wanted to go left most of the time here. No, I wanted to go right, damn it. And we'll just keep going. There is a river that you can get this on as well, but I would like to get my training out of the way as soon as possible. Don't always like to do that, but this time I do. And if you remember, we should head back pretty much to the same continent we left our airship on, which is nice, since I just got that airship, and I would like to keep using it. Maybe that's just me, but I don't want to lose it right after I get it. We should land ashore here, and if I remember, we don't get in any fights in this cave, but if you remember, there was it, that wasn't a recovery spring? I thought it was. I remember there being a spring. That's not good enough. It's not good enough. I wanted a recovery one. Alright, back into the water? No, not back into the water. Fine. We'll just head out the same way that we came in. Once again, I'm just pretty much keeping this on screen so that you guys know how to do it. And we finally come back ashore at Nikia. If you remember this place. Nikia, never fully sure how to say it. And you can pretty much do this as often as you want, and you can get anybody's looking, you know, when they're like face down like that, and then they just automatically get back up. So, from here, what I would like to do is rent a chocobo, which I forgot where that is. Where is the chocobo place? Isn't it like way over to the left? No? Alright, hold on while I remember where the chocobo place is. Here is the chocobo stable in the top right. So, let's go ahead and get it because we haven't really heard the chocobo theme and it will save me a lot of real effort and time, really. Plus, we haven't really heard the... yeah, like I said, we haven't heard the theme all the way through. You gotta love the chocobo theme. It's ingrained in your skull. You know you love it. Now we need to head back to our airship. Like I said, we got it before, and I do want to get it back. And I really am insistent on that, really. At the end of the day, I do want it back. I believe we have to go on the right side. Can I make it through there? Oh, no. I have to go back around. But that's the beauty of having the chocobo. You don't get into fights, so it doesn't really matter if you go the long way. It just wastes a little bit of time. But I don't get into a lot of fights along the way, which is always appreciated. Not getting in fights. Now, where did I leave my airship? Is it on the other side over there? Can't be up there. It is definitely a journey back to the airship. Isn't it here? Did I leave it here? They don't show it on the map when you're on it. Yeah, not when you're on a chocobo. Whatever. Okay, so we have yet another dance, which I haven't had a chance to show off. Now that I think about it, let's go ahead and look at it. It is the Water Rondo. That is, once again, the only dance that you could technically miss without, if you don't actually try to get it. You have to make the conscious effort to get that one. All the others you will normally encounter along your path. Now, what we should do is head to South Figaro here, and there should be a mountain mountain nearby. Here it is. We need to go onto a mountain in order to get the next dance. It should all be pretty basic. And I think we actually need to be outside for this one, but I'm not sure. Let's go ahead and fight these guys on screen, and we'll find out together.